Introducing the Yealink T29G with Sentec Telcom. So you can see this is a 10-button phone. It's got speaker, pretty much everything you'll need. This is our hottest selling phone right now. We do sell T46S, T48S series as well as the G series. The T29G is just the most competitive when it comes to price. We can configure this phone however we want. We pre-program the phone standard like this. There's two lines, line 1 and line 2 over here. We have park, which means if a call comes in, you can park the call. It goes into a slot, and then you can go to another phone or any other phone on the system and pick up that call. And the difference between putting them on hold is you can only pick it up on that particular extension that you held the call. So a lot of people like to use park so they can float around the building and pick up the caller by using the pickup button here from another phone. Intercom is button 4. Intercom is basically, I'll hit intercom, I'll click Sally or type in their extension, and the phone will auto answer on the other end on the speaker and say, "Hey Sally, are you over there?" And it does beep and notify that person. The to voicemail button is so you can transfer a call to voicemail. So if a caller comes in, I look over here, these 3 calls, for example, or these 3 lines will light up red if they're on the phone. And I notice that, say, Sally is red, she's on the phone. So I ask the caller, tell the caller that she is on the phone. Would you like me to transfer you to voicemail? So then I would just hit to voicemail first, then the extension, and it'll go right into voicemail. The rest on here is pretty self-explanatory. History, you'll hit this is not a touchscreen phone, but you'll hit this button for history. That's my cell phone, and just like a cell phone. D&D, do not disturb. So if I'm in a meeting, I hit D&D, I get the little red thing at the top, and so if someone tries to call my phone, it will automatically go to voicemail. I hit this button to turn it back off. If I want to go into the menu here, there's some different things we can do. You can use the keys here to scroll and hit OK to select. So for example, features, I can call forward this phone to always forward, or when I'm busy, or just when I don't answer. So for example here, I'm going to enable the disabled here to enabled, and then I can type in a cell phone number, hit save, and now when anyone calls my phone, it will forward to my cell phone. Very common feature. The status will just give us some information about the IP address, the MAC address, more for us IT nerds. And there's some other things you can do in here. USB, this phone does have the capabilities of working over Wi-Fi or a wired connection. We prefer wired because it's just more stable. Message is for voicemail. Of course, it's a little longer to get through it this way, so we just hit the message button here to check your voicemail. So I'm just going to exit out of there. The other things down here is volume, speaker, redial, of course, mute, transfer, hold, conference call. So if you have a person on the phone and you want to bring in a third caller, you can conference them together. And headset, because we can put a wired headset on this phone, and you would hit this in order to utilize the headset. And that's pretty much the phone in a nutshell. On the back of the phone, we have a couple different ports here. The extension port there is for expansion module, so you can add a sidecar is what I like to call them. So we can have 40 more additional buttons to monitor. Typically that is a receptionist. And this phone, just like almost every voice over IP phone, has a PC port and an internet port. So we're going to come from the port on the wall into the phone, and then from this other port labeled PC will obviously go into the computer. That avoids having to have 2 cable drops, one for phone and one for PC, as in the old school days. We have a power input here, and that's if you do not have a PoE switch, you can utilize a power adapter to power the phone, headset jack, and of course the handheld. And then up here is the USB port where you would plug in the Bluetooth module or Wi-Fi module for Wi-Fi access. And that's it. Thanks for viewing.